All right, guys, we're back. I think I figured out what the problem is with the phone, why it was starting to short out and go into circle mode, and that's because guess what? When I'm putting it up here for you guys to see the road, it's too hot because we're at 91 degrees today. So the sun's shining down. This is a titanium phone, and it's doing what Androids do and heating up. So, and I realize that because obviously I'm sitting in a great cell phone zone, and I come out to the car and it's spinning, and I'm like, oh, it heated up. I left it in the car. So we're gonna have to bear with that throughout the day. But anyways, had a little bit of a wait. Dax's order was ready to go. 5 pizzas. I loaded that up. I don't know if the stream was down by that time or not. And then I had to wait on Mary's order. So I got her 4 pizzas loaded in as well. Now, Papa John's goes, hey, this order, the second order, Dax has been sitting in my car. They said, deliver this order first. I don't know what order it's due first. And of course, it turns out DoorDash had me doing it. But I'm like, Papa John, no. You don't understand how the DoorDash app works. I don't have the luxury of just doing what you want me to do necessarily. But luckily, DoorDash saw the same way. And they're sending me first to deliver Mary's order at the Procter & Gamble plant. I believe Dax's order is at the Swift Transportation. I think it's the truck driver's place, where it's a trucking place, where the drivers wait. So it'll probably be delivered in the driver's lounge, or maybe it's the office workers there, or whatever. But anyways, we'll figure it out once we get this first order delivered. My hope is given the fact that we've got, at Papa John's prices, all of them are larges. I've got 5 large pizzas in one order and 4 large pizzas in the other. I'm hoping this turns out to be a nice little tip. I mean, it'd be outstanding if I had a $10 tip on both for a $20 tip, and then I've been on the order now I'll be on the order for at least $6 or $7. That would be $27, $28. I've had it happen. It's not frequent, but I've had it happen, and that would be an extremely nice gesture from DoorDash to help me make up for some of that lost time earlier in the day, and make up for the day they gave me yesterday. And we just need to get back on that. So that would be fantastic, because I think we're sitting at what, $50-something, $57, I believe. So that would catapult me straight up, nearing my first 100. We've been at it since about 9 o'clock, so we're cresting in the 4 hours right now. We were in the $15 an hour territory. Now, of course, doesn't mean it's going to work out that way. These could be a bunch of $1 tip orders. Like I said, the last time we visited this plant, it was a $1 tip. I thought it was going to be a $6 tip. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and it was a customer with the same name. Might not have been the same customer, who knows. But I thought I had it pegged, and I didn't. It was disappointing. But this time we're hoping for a different result. Now, we will not learn our destiny on this order until we deliver the second one, because this did come to us as a package deal. So it will give me that customary, thank you, keep dashing, you're doing a great job, move on to the next order, and then we'll have to go down the street. But we're not going to be far away, because Swift Trucking is right behind me, but you got to go down that road. Now, my concern was sometimes these people will put in, there's an address for Procter & Gamble, and it's like a business building, and sometimes they put that in the DoorDash app, and I go over there, and then it's like, oh, by the way, I'll get a message from them. I'll message them and say, where you at? And they say, well, no, I'm sorry, I'm at the main building. I can't seem to get into, hold on, maybe I can. I'm going to double check it before I leave. This is a handed to me order. So I'm going to have to let the customer know, and then here's the rub on this. Most likely they're going to want me to put it at the table in the lobby. Maybe they'll be here waiting for me to carry it back, because it seems like this would be a pizza party for maybe a section of the plant. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. Watch the car. Hopefully the stream will keep going. Hello, Muhammad. How you doing? Nice to see you. All right, guys. So it looks like, of course, these orders at this plant, I don't know what's going on, but the last couple times that I've delivered here, the app won't recognize that I'm here, even though I'm here where I'm supposed to be. I have to end up going through there's a problem, and I have to force it through. The lady luckily came out. I just went ahead and took a picture, followed the can't hand it to me protocols. She ended up coming out, getting her pizzas. Now we're heading over to the second order here. Figure this out. Figure out if it's Swift trucking like I think it is. I think it is. I hope it is. This is a handed to me order as well. Hopefully it will register. Now the reason why this order is causing confusion for me is because when you look at the order, or when you look at the location in the map, in the Google Maps, it just shows a field. So it's a relatively new building. So I'm hoping it's not the Procter & Gamble building, and we're not going to get over here to contact the customer like I normally do when I hand it to me if they're not out here, or it's a business and I don't see them waiting for me. And I'm going to say, hey, I'm here. And I hope they don't say, hey, oh my God, you're over at the whatchamacallit, I need you to get back over. I will be pissed. But I can't. Well, I actually had to restart the stream there. Yep. So you're on the old one. You were on the old one probably. I don't know if it fed you right away into the new stream, but I had to actually end that stream because my phone overheated from being in the pizza parking lot too long. I figured out what was going on. So now I have my live stream phone right near the vent, shooting cold air on it, keeping it cooled down like I do my work phone, to keep it temperature regulated and at optimal speeds. It did end. Yes, yes, sir. Yep. Sorry. Oh, if you actually, so it's frozen again. I'm not seeing it frozen on my side. Let me double check this second. All right, hold on a second. The previous stream ended. I hope this one did. Oh, there he is. Hello, how you doing? All right, guys. Wow. Holy smokes, man. Does anybody want to guess what this payout was? Now, this is what I'm talking about at 95%. All right, this is the type of representing I'm expecting DoorDash to do. I'm assuming that DoorDash must be aware that I'm broadcasting live. They must have got my email this morning when I checked in with them and said, hey guys, I'm broadcasting live today if you want to send me some bangers. So, well, because I'm registered independent, I didn't get to vote for anybody because there were no independent candidates. I just voted for the local school board, and so I don't get in West Virginia. They don't let you vote for any candidates, and I didn't get to see the Senate or any of them because West Virginia they keep you off. So unfortunately, that's the price of being independent. Anyways, Guys, $11.61 base pay. Okay. So that's the start of this wonderful story. And I got paid $11.39 tip on one of the orders. Hats off to Mary. And I got paid $22.49 on this order for a total payout of $45.49. Let's go DoorDash. So if that isn't an endorsement for earn by time, I don't know. Well, I mean, hey, that's in West Virginia, you don't get to see it, so it won't be to the general. So I'm one of the ones that they're vying for to determine who I go for. You know, I'm an independent contractor. I'm an independent voter. I do my voting like I do my contracting. Independent. Yeah, 45.49, guys. Wow. Let me tell you. And if you don't believe it, I'll show it to you on the screen. Hey, a couple of Papa John's getting it done. DoorDash, my new friend. Thank you, DoorDash support up there, like I said. We will see if we get anything else or how long DoorDash will pause us for after that nice payout, because damn. Well, yup. Now that I've recovered, I gotta put in my stats. I'll tell you how much that is. Wow. I'm just gotta pull myself off the floor of my car right now. I wasn't expecting that. That's what I'm talking about, though. That's what I mean. I needed that. Hell, that was better than my large order program yesterday. Screw catering bags, man. Get a pizza bag. I can't believe Papa John's let that one fly. I really can't, because that had to have been through the DoorDash app, where I don't believe they can adjust DoorDash tips. If it's done through the DoorDash system, it's only if it's ones they enter, they can snipe the tip. Because I guarantee you they would have taken that one. But, you know, wow. Actually, I got to get gas here, so I'm going to hit that birdie. All right, so before I get my gas, we will go over some stats here. Yep. Yeah, not bad on some pizzas. On earn by timing, you know. All right, 11.61. Base pay, and then $33.718, so we're talking $33.88 on the tip on this one. That is a nice order. All right, 45.49 miles to money on that one is nice and healthy. Like I said, DoorDash, I'm sure we'll reach back in and grab some of that back as we progress, but we'll see how long it'll take for them to give us something. So, yup, you were asking, what have I made today? I've made $100.63 so far, to be exact. And I got started at 8:34 a.m. That was my first order. I thought it was around 9, but it was actually 8:34. So, right now, for earn by time, it's the best place we've been at in a very long time since I started this earn by time experiment. How long that will last, who knows? Because like I said, I'm sure there's going to be some correction. So what we've been earning at for our time out, $23.13 an hour. That would be for dash time. For active time, we've been at $31.61. So, hey man, it's looking like old times, at least temporarily. So now the question will be, are they going to freeze me up for a while? Or are they going to let this be a day that I get to actually make some of the bullshit back? You know, perhaps I've driven 69 miles. I'm at $1.46 a mile. And that's 69 miles right there. That's from my front door, because I literally started out taking an order from my front door to here. I've driven 69 miles today at $1.46 a mile. So, you know, it's not horrifying. Caleb, yeah, we just got off of a good, you missed it. We just got off of a good Papa John's order, made $45. Now, listen here, yo. Don't look at it that way. You are limiting your possibilities here, my friend. No one's surrendering to anything. What we're doing is we're gathering information. Information gathering. All right. So we're at a fill up here. Let's see here. How many miles have I traveled since my last fill up? So today is 617. We're on 619. We're at another Rudders. That's where we were at last fill up. $3.39. What's your all gas? Put your gas prices in the chat. We're at $3.39 here. All right. 76 miles. It was a big order. It was 2 pizza orders going to 2 plants. So it was a very very lucky order to get, especially on Earn by Time. But I think DoorDash knew they needed to give something to me to make this work. $3.70. Yeah, it's actually funny. Up by my house, it's $3.69.9. Here it's $3.39.9 right where I'm at. So I'm actually lucky I needed gas here. All right. I'll be right back, guys. through the window. Yeah, off my what? My phone? Ah. 366, yup. Wow. Well, like I said, it's lower on this end of town because it's closer to the state of Virginia, where they have really cheap gas, and then it's higher on the other end of town, where it's closer to Maryland, where their gas isn't as cheap as Virginia. So it just depends on what you go or what section you go to. It looks like Spark is shooting me something here. Let's see. DoorDash has shot me nothing. They're leaving me the choice of either driving to Inwood or driving to Martinsburg. I'll drive to Martinsburg because that's closer to my Walmart down there. So there's a shot that I can always get something over there. Because I got a feeling we're going on a little bit of a break after that big order. I mean, that was a nice deal, and I'm happy. I mean, I'm very happy that they gave it to me. Trust me, I'm not complaining. But I will be very surprised if we see some follow-up on that. But then again, you never know. Perhaps they know I'm live. They know that I'm experimenting with earn by time, and they know that this is going to define whether or not earn by time program is successful or not. Because if I show the truth about it and I don't make any money, they know it's going to go down in flames. So perhaps as long as I'm willing to be live earned by timing, they will continue to feed me $45 orders to promote the program. As I laid out in my extensive email to Mr. Shu and the executive board of DoorDash this morning, letting them know why I needed priority, the real priority extended to my account. Not this fake ass shit they claim in the program literature, but the real deal. The stuff Pedro and everybody else gets. I'm needing the real priority. Alright, so here we are. 12, yep, all Hagerstown orders. I never understand why Spark does this. And if I were to go to Hagerstown to chase down one of these orders, they'd pull the order from me before I'd get there, and then when I got up there, they'd start showing me Martinsburg orders. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. This Hagerstown's over 20 miles away from where I'm at. But that's all I see on my screen. And they're not really good anyways, but they've shown me good ones before. They showed me a $65 one day, and I said, you know what, if I hit accept on that and tried to race to that Walmart, with $65, I'd potentially do it. It was $65 for 5 miles. Oh, hold on, we got Uber. 811 Subway, Charlestown Road, going to the VA Medical Center. 7.4 miles. We will pass it. It's not going to go well. And that Subway is not a very good Subway in terms of having orders ready. And they are very, very, very commonly understaffed. And obviously they do the best they can, but it is what it is. All right, so guys, this is where we got that Chick-fil-A order. This is where we got some action last time from DoorDash. Now, I want you guys to understand and think about that for a minute. DoorDash made a decision. They could have very easily, knowing what those tips were, made me drive. No, it does not, yup. Okay, so let me explain to you, yup. I'll give you a little Dasher education here. All right, little education. So, Top Dasher is gone. Large order program is gone. As far as being independent programs, it is now. Damn it, DoorDash trying to shut me down. They don't want to get the secrets out. Anyways, what I was saying is it's all predicated upon where you're at. But the two biggest things right now, the most difficult things to maintain, will be your acceptance rate and the amount of deliveries you're doing. And this is where the tie-in is. This is where the hamster wheel comes in. Because you're not going to be, if you sit and choose to try to cherry pick your way, you will not qualify for enough deliveries to reach the tiers in the program that you need to be at. So they're going to force you to deliver, which is going to force you to accept. And if you keep turning down, or you say, well, let me turn it off and I'll turn it back on and I'll only do 3 deliveries a day, then you're not going to have enough deliveries in a rolling 100 in order to stay in the tiers. But first level tier gets you, now the priority is divided into 3 levels of priority. So now you have first level of priority. Essentially, you're getting out of the basement. You're not, if you stay below 50%, you will not get prioritized for any orders over $30. And that's a total ticket. So you will be driving around coffees from 7-Eleven. That's what your level of priority will be. Obviously, it doesn't mean you won't see them, but that's what they say. The next level of priority, it's 30, I think it's $30 to $50 is when you hit 50%, you're prioritized for total ticket items of $30 to $50. The next level of priority is $50 to $99. So now you're going to see orders up to $99 ticket price. You're going to be able to, and that requires you to have a customer rating of, I think, 4.7. You've got to have at least a 90% or higher completion rate, and you've got to have an acceptance rate of over 50%. Then the platinum tier, the top tier, okay, gives you top priority. In other words, you have full priority on all orders. So now you can see them all, and you're going to get catering orders similar to, like, I guess that would have been a catering order potentially, but you don't have to take a picture of your catering bag or anything like that. I don't even see I was told by support when the tier system rolls out, you don't even see catering bag required on all of the orders. Like, I had a sushi order the one night, it was like $125, and I didn't even see catering bag required. Now, last night's I did. This pizza order I didn't. Normally you would see that. Even if it was a pizza order, I would have seen the catering bag required, because I knew those 5 pizzas were absolutely over $100 at Papa John's. There were 5 large pizzas with multiple toppings. Now, the break off here is when you get platinum, you get the dash anytime. You get access to large orders. You get to see orders over $100 value. You have to have and you get premium dasher support. So when you call in, you go right to and it works. I've had to call in. You go right to an agent. They come right on the phone. There's like 20-second wait time. Now, if you're not platinum and you're living at gold, which is where I lived at when the tier program first came, I was in gold before I went and got my order amounts up and took the AR up. My AR was okay. I was like right at 70, 71. And then I was like, well, I got to get my dashes in, because I was doing multi-apping. I was multi-apping with Spark and making good money with them, but I was like, I'm completely now unable to get on with DoorDash, because it's hard to get on if you're not scheduled. But the problem is, when you're at gold, you get the 6-day scheduling out. So you don't even get full scheduling. Now, obviously, when you're over 70 and you're at platinum, you can schedule like you can top dashing. Now, here's the rub, though. If you go to a market, at least this has been my experience, that doesn't have the tier program yet, you can only go on the schedule an hour at a time unless they have openings, and then you can schedule it. But you can't even schedule. Like, I can't even schedule for Charlestown now. It doesn't even come up as a scheduling option for me anymore. I can show up in Charlestown, and it will let me schedule in hour increments, which isn't terribly bad because you can do it. But they restrict you to an hour increment unless they need you. Then they'll give you the options like they would if you were any other dasher. But you do not have scheduling priority in non-tier areas. So if you like, here we go. We got a Chipotle order. Let's see what we got. 6.6 miles. Looks like we're heading to the Quality Inn. Yep, I think. No, we're not. We're heading behind the Quality Inn. All right, well, here we go. They're going to get their piece of flesh out of me now that they've got the big order. Looks like it's ready for pickup. Let's see what it is. 2 items. A burrito bowl and chips and queso. All right. Well, anyways, let's go do it. I'll make a little bit of base pay. But anyways, yeah. So it's like I said, okay. It's the hamster wheel. They're putting the screws on us, whether or not it's illegal or not. The problem is they portray it like, hey, we're giving Dashers the ability to earn $13, $14, $15 an hour. It's a reward program. I mean, I don't think it's going to. Correct. No more Dash Now or open scheduling unless this is why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, because I'm like, I need to experiment with what it's like at the top, because basically, allegedly, what they're promoting to the Dasher when this rolls out, what you're seeing in the literature is it's like they're bucketing off the orders. So in theory, if everybody's sitting down in 50s, 60s, 40s, 30%, that's why I had it on there. Literally anything below 50%, you would be a bottom Dasher. I can tell you, I can attest. I mean, even when I was sitting in the 70s and I was gold, I wasn't seeing anything but fast food. I was seeing, very small level orders. Obviously, I get up here to 90%, and now I'm seeing the $45 pizza order, the catering orders again, and all of that. Well, yeah, but the thing is, they can't, they don't offer earn by time all the time. So it's also a race. That's the other lockout. So you get down low and you're fighting to get in, and then when you do get in, you're going to be on earn by offer. They're going to lock you out, because if you're not on the schedule, the guys that are on the schedule are going to get in, and then they lock up earn by time. And earn by time spends a lot of time locked, like if you don't get in. Now, one thing, I don't know if it's a glitch, I don't know if it's an end around, but what I found is normally, of course, I have Dash Now. So what I will do, is I will go in and click in the earn by offer, and then I'll end earn by offer, and I come back, and then earn by time's always unlocked. So anyways, I don't know if that will work, but obviously it's not going to work for you. You're not going to be able to do anything like that if you're not on Dash Now and you go out and then it goes gray on you. Because DoorDash, I believe, definitely does different maps and different, like I noticed now, when I was below 70, or not below 70, when I was a gold person, it was always gray the whole time. It would get hot maybe at night if I wasn't scheduled. Now it's red all day long, that I'm back to where I can Dash Now anytime. So they definitely show, in my opinion, and there might be a few times that it's gray, but it's gray a lot less now that I have Dash anytime. And I think that's by design. Well, the thing is, though, is I think it's going to be difficult to sue them for the way they're structuring this. But I agree with you. I think that if it gets understood, but I think it's too convoluted for people to understand, or for the powers that be who get sued to understand, because they're going to say, I think the end around is they're not, they're still giving you the ability to Dash on earn by offer, number one, at any time, regardless of acceptance rate. Because remember, earn by time is contingent upon acceptance rate. If you turn down so many, you're kicked out. So, but they offer that. The reason why they get away with doing that is because they can never take away the earn by offer ability, because then they would be creating a problem for themselves legally. But they still offer Dashers that don't have a high acceptance rate a way to do it. And then they're pretty much just prioritizing whoever it is. They don't, since we're not employees, they are limiting our ability to turn the app on. So the only thing that would ever happen to this is they might say, you know what, We're just making so the dashers can dash anytime. And then they're just prioritize the dashers because they don't have a, um, there's no discrimination laws will not cover a dasher because we are an independent contractor. All right, we just got an add-on, guys. Because there's no way to discriminate against someone who's not working for you at the moment. So right now we're available to work. We're letting DoorDash know we're available to work. Well, yeah, and the idea is if you don't want to work for them, then you don't have to work for them, and that's the freedom that we have, is to say, well, we're not going to work for you. We're either going to say no to you, and they have the freedom to offer us whatever orders they want, and then now in the event that we became employees at some point, or they forced us to become actual employees of the company, then there would be the ability to kind of more regulate, I think, the way they might be offering us orders or stuff like that. But right now, the thing that we have to understand, everybody's got to understand, when you're not, like, if you're not on an order, when I was sitting, after I delivered that order to the Procter & Gamble plant, and I was done, and I went to Rutgers, I wasn't working for anybody. DoorDash mean nothing at that point. We were no longer associated. I'm responsible for my own insurance. I'm responsible for anything that happens to my car between then and wherever I decide to go. I get to decide whether I go to Inwood or Martinsburg or Chipotle's parking lot. So until DoorDash offers me an order, I got nothing to do with them. And Spark's sending me stuff, and well, yeah, of course. That's why I've always said, and that's why our friend Jeff Black was saying this is like a casino, because it is. We're gambling out here. Remember, these apps were created by guys who enjoy gambling. Tony Hsiu and company, the creators are big gamblers. They're big poker players. They were big on casino gambling, and this is like a glorified slot machine. Think about when you're sitting there, when you're doing earn by time, like it's earned by time, or you're doing it without any assistance or help, and you're having to look at the orders. You're sitting there at your phone waiting, and it's like, you turn on your app. They've created all of this hoopla around acceptance rate and completion rate, and now it's like, what's it going to send me? Is it going to be a good offer or a bad offer? And it comes up, and it's like, oh, damn it, that's a loss. Well, should I take the loss? Because if I take this loss and play the game, my acceptance rate goes up, and then it's like the old idea, like on a slot machine. What we're doing is those bonus games where you play the game and you take a loss, and then it adds to the bonus pool, and it says, oh, you might get a chance at the bonus payout. What's the bonus payout in this instance? Large order program, pizza program, orders over $100. Well, exactly. It takes gas and tires instead of cash, eventually the whole car. That's exactly right. That's what was being said. That's what the point was when Jeff Thomas Black was trying to communicate that to everybody. It's very true. But the idea is we are out here doing this like guys like the MIT poker players. Are we smarter? Are we able to figure out a strategy that will let us make as much money on our car? The point I've tried to put out to people is, you've got to be saving for your next car while you're dashing right now. So you've got to take money out of your money that you're making right now, and you've got to be putting it in maintenance to your car. You're keeping your car on the road as many miles as it can go. While at the same time, you better be, if you don't have a car payment for your delivery vehicle, you better be still paying one, preparing for the day when your car goes kaput. Because that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to drive. There's not an infinite amount of miles. We are in business as long as our car allows us to be. And when our car tells us no, we better be prepared to buy the next one. So that's it. And DoorDash is perfecting the system, as I said they would be a year ago. They're perfecting the system here of forcing the dashers to do what they need to do. Now, the question at hand is there a strategy? But the only way to do it is you got to get in and play the game and figure it out. Because none of this is known, we're all beta testing all these things. So Well, it depends on what the states do, but also DoorDash is preemptively showing. Remember, if you go back and watch the shorts that I put out of that interview, you go back and watch Tony Shu's interview, which is a link in those shorts, you'll see where the confusion starts. It's being perceived right now that DoorDash is paying its employees anywhere from 13 to sometimes $18, $19 an hour, depending on the market. And that is the earned by time. And that is DoorDash's play. And how it all works, believe that they're paying their... All right, give me a moment. All right, guys, we got the food. But that's also why, too, yup, I don't know if you're still there or not, but it's also why you've got to have, again, reiterating, you've got a multi-app. If you're multi-app, you'll be fine. Because, or at least you can play the game longer. Because, you know, playing one game is not, you know, you're going to be at the mercy of the app. So, you've got to... $5.31 for sheets going 3 miles. Sorry, Uber, we're not going to be doing that. But that's where it comes in at, that you've got to be willing to expand your apps. Because I think it's going to be difficult to do just one. But who knows? And the other thing you got to be willing to do, as well as, of course, protect your business, protect your ability to dash by ensuring that I think this is a business that we're delivering to, guys. I think it's a realtor, actually. I believe I might have delivered to him before, but I didn't record it at the time when I was delivering. It was a while ago, but it looks familiar. All right, let's go. Anyways, you said 220 miles per hour, still going to take it. So when you see a $2.20 mile an hour, still going to take it. What do you mean 220? What does that mean? You mean $2.20 a mile? Of course, if it was $2.20 a mile, I would. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't take 220 for 1 mile on a normal basis. No, I don't think there's a need for that. Because you don't necessarily need, I don't think you need to take every order. I mean, they're suggesting you take at least 70%. So again, I don't know if it'll be, $2 for 20 miles. No, never. I mean, that's why I think, again, I think it's going to come down to playing the game. Again, at this point, I think what I'm planning, my strategy is planning to do this, is again, I don't know if you haven't been on the stream to hear the different phase. Phase 1 was to 100%, track all the orders, look at what it took to get there, track them all, look at the numbers, see what it tells me. Once I get to 100%, 30 days, see if I can, for 30 days, maintain my 100% and multi-app at the same time. If at any point in that 30 days I drop a point under 100, I will then begin the next phase, which I would begin after the 30 days anyways. And that will be, I will then play the game to use earn by offer all the way down to 75%, multi-apping, of course, while I'm doing this. And then when I hit 75%, I'll turn on earn by time and I'll take it back up to maybe 90, 95% and play the game doing that, going back and forth, and see how that goes for 30 days. So this is a 90-day test. And then at the end of that period, once I have all my data and everything, I'm going to kind of crunch it and see, well, what looked the best? Where was I at? What acceptance rate was I at when this happened and that happened, and I plan to add that to my sheet at some point here. Right now, I'm not worrying about my acceptance rate necessarily because I know it's hanging at like 95. So once I get up there, I'm gonna, as I track back down, I'm gonna see like what was my acceptance rate when I did this offer, what was my acceptance rate when I did this offer, and see where I was at. Well, I don't think they're going to do that yet because I think DoorDash is very happy with the direction that things are going. Like, I don't think DoorDash is in any way thinking, DoorDash is not in any type of trouble. DoorDash has got more market share than ever before. There's more drivers coming in willing to drive. Now, due to the inflationary times that we live in, more and more people are looking for that +1 job, that ability to go out, that ability to pad the 401k, that ability. So DoorDash has more drivers than ever. Now there's a small percentage of drivers who end up on YouTube, like you and I, who say we're going to try to do this on a more full-time basis. And those drivers, DoorDash isn't really that worried about, because that's not who their bread and butter is. Their bread and butter is the guy with the job who says, you know what, I think I want to try to do a couple of $100 extra a month. If I add that in my 401k, I can, do that. Or I need to go buy this or buy that. And that's who they're tapping into. That's who they're going to tap into in the long term. That's who Earn by Time is built for. And it works because, people could feel very happy who are super part-time turning on Earn by Time, and they decide, what, I'm going to Earn by Time today, and they're not going to care. They're going to do every order, and they'll eventually find themselves up at 70%. Now, they'll never get the platinum status, and this is the whole idea behind it. Again, the tier system hasn't matured. In my market, it's very young. But one of the key things here is that the reason why I'm testing 100% out and it's staying in that platinum tier for a couple of months is because if DoorDash is telling the truth, and I don't trust that they're telling the truth about anything, but in theory, the platinum tier becomes the full-time tier because you've got to do 100 dashes a month in a 30-day period. Mr. Part-Time Dasher will never go higher than gold, and they will never see orders more than $100. So as things shake out, as dashers fall, as things go, in theory, we should see more opportunity the higher your acceptance rate is, and if you can maintain it, hopefully there's going to be orders that no one else is entitled to. Now the question is, how do you maintain things to be there to get the banger like I got today, $40? Is it better to be on Earn by Time for that? Is it better to be on Earn by Offer? Is DoorDash going to hold me? Are they going to hold me in a parking lot and say, I'm going to bypass you? If that's the case, yeah, I'll have a little more extra sitting time at the top, But we don't know because in my area, the tier system just rolled out. And in your area, it will just roll out. But I think for full-time dashers, in theory, DoorDash is creating a zone for full-time dashers to operate in. It's just you've got to go through the work to get up there to 70%. And then the question is, will DoorDash look at you as the trash receptacle, or are they going to look at you as, okay, you're doing 100 plus orders a month. You have now flagged yourself as more than just a trash receptacle. More than just someone for them to dump on. That's going to be the gold tier, in my opinion, because that's the part-timers who turn on the app and say whatever. But the question is, what's the best mode to operate in if you're going to be doing this, as we would say, professional? Oh, I believe it's Sonoma, but I'll have to double check. I think the shirt's Sonoma, but I'm not 100% certain. Yup, I think it was a Kohl's branded shirt. I think, but I'm not 100% certain. I'll have to double check it at some point. All right. Let's see here. But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, you have to really think and process these things, right? In terms of looking at the program. You know, you hear the program and you're like, okay, oh, that sounds terrible. But really, you have to look at the restrictions DoorDash is putting in, because there's also more to it than just, well, we're gonna shit on the platinum driver. Well, right, maybe a little bit, and maybe the platinum driver will be forced at certain times to take some shit to maintain that 70% in the 100 orders. But if it's true that no one else below platinum sees over. All right, guys, I don't know if I'm up. Hopefully. Yeah, I was getting ready to say, what are you trying to get me to take my shirt off? Yeah. Anyways, the stream ain't ready for that. Somebody better super chat $100 in for that to happen. This will become like an OnlyFans stream right now. Anyways, am I partially back? All right, I had to stream into my iPhone. I don't know what was going on, but my iPhone's like full bars. Using the hotspot on my iPhone for T-Mobile, hoping that they give us a little bit of help here. But what I was trying to say is that you have to think of things in a little different light than just the old doom and gloom thought process, because the idea here is like, if this gets applied correctly, then you can think of the platinum tier as the full-time tier, because not everybody, 100 DoorDash orders a month is not something that is going to be as easy to do as you think. And it's going to require you to be at least a somewhat full-time dasher to do it. You're going to be doing dashing on a fairly regular basis. It's not to say there won't be some crowding. It's not to say there won't be drivers there to do it. But my point is there should be opportunities for you. And if you go and if you operate all day long, because you're doing this all day and you have a $300-400 goal or $200 goal minimum, you know, whatever, and you're trying to make all your money, you know, all that money in a day, then yeah, you're going to probably have points of the day where DoorDash is going to send you some crap. But you've got to decide. All right, I'm back live again. I don't know what it is. If I go off of my iPhone, I tried to go off my iPhone. I don't even know if I'm back. But if I am and you're hearing me, thank you. But I've tried to go off my iPhone, and then next thing you know, boom, it's spinning again, or it won't even connect at all. Then I go back on my iPhone as a hotspot, and it comes right back through. So I don't know, man. We're probably going to be having some problems here. And that person just lost, looks like a notebook or something off their truck. Anyways, but the point is, you know, there's nothing definitive in terms of, again, you know, if you go looking for it and you show up and go, okay, Rational Gig Driver told me that, yeah, I got to get up to 100, and then I'm going to start to see all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's going to be give and take, but you've got to be able to measure it over the course of time. And you've got to get over the phobia of a bad order here or there. Now, that doesn't mean you've got to do an insanely stupid order like what you were saying, you're up 2 for 20 miles. It's just not anything you should ever do. One every 10 seconds? Okay. That's got to be bad. It's like a champ right now. While the alleged kingpin, I'm going to have to maybe get my S23 Ultra out and see if we get a better result off of that. Let's go live here. All right, here I am. Let's go live here. All right, I think I'm all right now. Anyways, what I was saying was, oh, it's partial on your end too. Okay. Well, I don't know. I just went and checked my end on my other phone, and it was coming through okay. But I don't know. Hopefully, again, hopefully you're hearing some of what I'm saying, because it's important. What I'm basically, the gist of what I'm trying to say is that you have to really closely look at these tiers and what DoorDash is doing. And they're not just they're dividing up the drivers from part-time drivers, super part-time drivers, and one of the real delineation, the line, the equator here between part-time and full-time is that 100 deliveries. And apparently, in some markets, they're upping it to 150 deliveries. So, in case, so when that happens, I know a lot of people are like, man, how could DoorDash do 100? We should be, in a sense, you know, that's a good thing, because what that's doing is that means that DoorDash probably has detected that there's too many people in that tier, and they really want to make that tier for the driver that is driving a lot for them, and that way they can protect that driver a bit more and get that driver a bit more orders at the top. So if you're at 150 or more deliveries, which is from what I understand it will go to eventually, you know, you're going to have that opportunity to go and get orders over $100. Catering bag orders, big pizza orders, you know, and you're going to have an opportunity for that. And if you're at 95% completion rate and your customer rating maintains, I mean, it makes sense. And if you think about it, not every driver is going to be able to maintain those stats. A lot of drivers aren't going to be able to maintain 95% completion rate. A lot of drivers aren't going to, I mean, some are. A lot of drivers aren't going to be able to maintain 70% because they're not going to be able to figure out how to do it. Or they're just not going to be able to do what they need to do it. And then get up there. And they're going to struggle hitting that acceptance button when they're in the 50s, and they're in the 40s, and they're in the 60s, and they're going to fluctuate between the two. And again, they're going to look short term only at that order in front of them and say, "Oh my God, I'm going to lose money." Well, are you? Are you willing to test it out and see how much money you're willing to lose, or how different of your earnings are? Well, Marty Moose, I understand that. That's great. That means it's one less dasher we have to worry about. So I appreciate it. I gather definitely you would probably be one of the top dashers out here. So it's great that you're clearing the way, making sure that we don't. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We're going the wrong way. We're on the visa side. I think it's down this way. So I'm happy to hear that you're not going to be trying to get on there. Well, Grubhub, listen. Grubhub is the same way. They're $2 for delivery. They do a lot of the same stuff. Now, again, I don't have any type of acceptance rate with Grubhub that's any good. I'm not a premier driver. I can't eat, you know, and the orders I see are terrible in my market. So I would imagine it's probably the same thing with that. I don't know. I've never been at Premier. I've never gotten that. I've never gone up. I've thought about it. It's been something I've thought to do. But, you know, well, I mean, Grubhub, what is your acceptance rate on Grubhub, Marty? Tell us your stats. Sell us. Sell us on why we should leave DoorDash, and then tell us where do you feel we need to get our stats to on Grubhub to see the most out of it. I'm on Grubhub. I have Grubhub. I'm signed up on it. Like I mentioned, I get orders all the time from Grubhub, and they are terrible. I mean, so I have access to it. So I'm curious, will I see better orders? There was a time when Grubhub used to be the man. I used to love Grubhub. But Grubhub has gotten so terrible in my area, it's not even doable. It's impossible. I mean, literally, you talk about DoorDash doing crazy orders. Grubhub's sending me $12 for, literally, and I have the screenshots to prove what I'm saying. $12 for 20 some miles, $12 or $15 for 31 miles. They're nuts. Now I know Grubhub has been okay at times, so I know it's not always like that. But the question I have is, where do I need to get my ratings to see better? And you tell me, and I'll probably go do it. All right, guys. $18.03 payout, $8.53 base pay. Okay. Boy. Boy, DoorDash is coming back to get it back. I'll tell you what. Papa's Chicken and to go all the way to Charlestown. We might be doing our first complimentary cancel of the day. 3 items. Papa's Caribbean, turkey combo, sweet muffin, and pulled pork half pints. Oh, lordy. Not good at all. That's crazy, man. Like, now the only thing is, I'll have to see where I'm going if I've ever delivered to this customer before, if I have any tip information, because it is going to Charlestown. Well, anyways, Marty, I deliver. All my bags are Grubhub bags. I mean, I used to love Grubhub, but Grubhub has not served me well recently. I still will do Grubhub from time to time. I've gotten some great payouts. I've done $75. I did a $75 catering orders for Grubhub. I had their catering bag, so I mean, I do them all. Normally, I am not a DoorDash guy. In other words, I don't just deliver for DoorDash. I deliver for all of them. I'm a multi-apper by normal procedures. So I've gotten huge orders on all the apps. Uber Eats, Grubhub, I've done them all. DoorDash is the highest volume. You know, you turn the apps on, you're going to see more offers from DoorDash than you are going to see any of them. That's why I was curious if there's a spot. If there's a spot in the algo that I should test out for, if there's a spot that I should be testing out for Grubhub. I mean, I've heard, from some drivers, they say, "Oh, be Premier. If you're a Premier driver, you're gonna get good." I've in my area, still been under for a while. It was, I know, a beta situation at one point. What's going on? Why is it taking me down beta? I'm not going. Oh yeah, it's going down the other beta. Anyways, I was trapped in thought, and I realized I was potentially, I'm not sure where this place is at that I've got to go to. I've never picked up from this place before. But I've been told by Premier drivers or heard people say Premier, but I'm like, well, okay, well, what point should I get my stuff to? But the one issue I've had with Grubhub is I could sit here and try all day long to get 20 Grubhubbers in a day, and it would be damn near impossible in my market, or at least it just feels that way. Now, perhaps there would be a point where it would get better. One day, this was actually this time last year when I was trying to get my AR up on DoorDash, and I was like, okay, I got it up to a certain point because we were going on a cruise, and I didn't want to lower it. So I made the decision, the strategic decision, I was going to try to do Grubhub and like Uber Eats all day instead of working DoorDash. And Grubhub, I thought, well, let's just take the orders that come. I know that's not going to be as high volume. And Grubhub did me dirty and landed me down in Virginia. Took me all the way down to Virginia, never gave me nothing to get back. I was pretty pissed. And I thought, Jesus, you know. Now, again, I know that's a very small sampling, but, you know, I don't know. Perhaps, like I said, if there is a point that I need to look for that says this is where it gets better, I'll go search for it. Test and verify and see if it actually is. All right, so let's see here. This is the order. This is the order, guys. I said DoorDash was going to come back and claw back every dime of that $45. This is the get back order if I let it happen, I think. Now there's a side of me that goes, oh, they're offering $13.25 an hour to drive pretty much what will end up being an hour. I'll end up in Charlestown. I'll have the option of either switching markets or driving all the way back. That's the bad point about this. Well, actually, I have it positioned to where when I look right, I can see it. It's like in my range of view, so it's not too bad. More so, when you see me looking down, I'm not looking down at you guys. I'm looking down at my GPS because I'm really not certain where I'm driving to at the moment. So I'm trying to figure that out. This is one of those new restaurants that just came in the area that I have yet to deliver for me. So I don't know what to expect. I don't even know where this place is at. It looks like it's out in the middle of a housing development. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if this is one of those strange situations I've heard about where people start like an at-home restaurant and then they basically start having DoorDash deliver food cooked in their house until they get caught. So I don't know. That's what's going on here, and we're probably going to use a complimentary cancel on this order. Take the break time maybe, but we're sick. I'm getting ribs. I have never heard of this place. I don't know if it's any good or not. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything today, so this Papa's chicken and ribs sounds awful delicious to me. And speaking of Grubhub, we just got a nice Grubhub offer, $4.95 for 4. This is at that bar. This is a bar up here. They have a virtual restaurant inside of a bar. I'm pretty certain. Or maybe the bar became Papa's Chicken and Ribs. I think I saw this the other day. Whatever. If it's legit, cool. And it might even be a place I'll consider eating at. I mean, it sounds delicious. It's just I'm not crazy about the drive or where they're asking me to drive to. And yeah, it's $13.25 for 16.7 miles. What do you guys think? Is this, you know, they're making me drive all the way over here. Made 116.66 for today. It's 2 o'clock. So we're not in bad position. Definitely knocking on a $200 a day for certain. Whether or not it'll be before 3 o'clock, but I think we might. It's 2 right now. This is going to land me way out of town. I put in I was willing to go to 6:30. I like to put in 8 to 9 hour increments. So DoorDash will sometimes make you earn. Prioritize you to get you earning when they can. I don't know, man. All right, well, it says we're getting close. Yep, I think this is exactly where I thought it was. Either that or there's a butcher shop over here that might be, this could be a virtual restaurant for them too. Let's see what it is. A new restaurant. give it a try. I'll tell you what, man. Barbecue chicken would be fantastic right now. I really feel like this could be a good tip, but I could be wrong on it because I feel like these people have to know the distance, and DoorDash is going to suggest a nice tip, and this will be a nice base payout. Ooh, thumbs up if you think I should hit that thumbs up button if you think I should do this. Do it for science. Let's see, and then you can watch me get pissed. It doesn't bear out like I hope it does. Alright, we're going a little better. Guess we're probably going to lose you if I haven't lost you already. I think I probably lost, I'm sure. I'm almost sure. There's no way this thing's sticking through. Alright, here I am. Alright, I think I'm alright now. Anyways, what I was saying was, oh, it's partial on your end too, okay. Hello. Hello. Alright, well, we're live. The stream is up. All right, good. Sorry, guys. Sorry, got a little weird there. I wasn't sure if we were up or not. Sometimes I'll see the stream up on my end, and it'll be like, oh, yeah, you're up, but you're not. All right. We're 1 minute away from this place. It's decision-making time. I really don't know how I feel about this. When we get here, I'm going to take the time to fill in my stats, and I'm going to see exactly how long of a drive this is, and then we're going to figure it out, whether or not we're going to take a complimentary cancel. Yeah, it's the spot I thought it was, at the bar. I saw this yesterday, actually. Man, I mean, all right. Boy, I wish I saw them. You know, this is one I wish I had the full amount on. I mean, I know I'll make $13.25 an hour, and I guess I could do a full assessment. Figure out if the base pay will pay for it, and then whatever the tip is. I mean, I'm just going to be literally gambling on the good graciousness of this customer because I know it's going to be at least a 35-minute ride out to this customer from this place. This is, oh, there it is, Poppy's Catering. All right, we're going to turn left over here. Oops, I thought it was up here, back there. All right, let's go down here. Let's just turn around and just deliver to that house over there to the left. Did a large order program to them a while back. They tipped well. We're going to see. Maybe I don't know if I've delivered to this person. I don't know if I've recorded to it. If I see that there are tippers that tip decently in the past, I'll take that into account. Maybe, just maybe, we'll consider getting this done for them. But I think it's going to be difficult to find a driver that wants to do this. And I'm going to be leaving my zone to a non-tiered zone. So I'll have the chance to go back under my old program. I don't know that I really want to be in that zone though, because I don't know. Yeah, this was a bar at one point. And I guess they closed the bar, and now they got snooks, shaved ice, and alright, let's figure this shit out, man. First, let's hit arrived. So it looks like there's a drink here. Alright, now let's get down to the work here. Sheets. Here we go. So the first order paid $5.50 tip, guys. We got paid, by the way, $16.03 on that last order. For what was offered at 6 miles, but we ended up driving 20 miles from the drop-off to that customer, to the final customer. Let's see. All right, so let's go and find out how far we've got to drive right now. All right, so we got, let's see, have we ever delivered? I don't believe so. Where are we going? Where in Charlestown are we going? We're going out behind the Home Depot. Wow, okay. It's crazy, man. No, I always deliver the order. I don't mess around with maxing out the time or doing any of that stuff. You get deactivated for that. I mean, the only way you're going to be able to do that is, I deliver the order and move on to the next one. No way. So it looks like we have a 20-minute drive from here if I take this order. And don't decide to use or cancel. We've already been on the order. Been on the order since 1:55. It is now 2:13. 05, 15. So we've been on for 18 minutes. So you're talking about 38 minutes. Now I don't know if the order's going to be ready. So we're talking 38 minutes. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe $7 or $8 base pay. We are gambling big time on a big tip, and this again, like I am very suspicious of the fact that this is DoorDash's way of getting that $45 order back. Oh man! All right, let's just see what's going on here. Well, all right. Let's go see WTF Kevin. welcome to the channel. I just saw that part of it. Nah, yeah, I didn't know. I never max out. I know that was something that Nugs was doing. He got deactivated for it. You can't do that. It will pick up on it. They put your orders in review. Not worth it. It's not worth the extra dollars. Not to mention, I don't know if I got a tip on the order or not. So I want to move on to the next one, get that one done. Hopefully get another one. Yeah. And Marty, I don't know if you're still there. What did you do? What part were you saying is exactly what you did after DoorDash deactivated you? All right, guys. So weird thing this merchant just told me when I came up to pick the order up, and I was told this once before to McDonald's, is she's like, I came over, said the name of the order, and by the way, I decided to go ahead and do it. She says, it's weird. It says we're on a timer. And I'm like, what? And that's so strange. So apparently, I said, which she said it says like 6 going on 7 minutes, which I know I haven't been here for 6 going on 7 minutes. So I'm wondering if when I passed by the place or came within proximity and it lit up, arrived, did DoorDash go ahead and put them on a timer or something? I don't know. That's weird. So maybe DoorDash is, let's see here. Is DoorDash somehow timing something at the merchants, or putting merchants on a timer in the background, or maybe, I don't know. It's weird. That was weird. I've never heard that before, that there was a timer. I heard one time, well, actually, I take that back. A McDonald's manager one time said something about it. Yeah, I'm on a timer or something, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So that's weird. Unless they're a place that has struggles with wait times or something, and maybe DoorDash is putting them on a timer and they can get in trouble. I don't know. That's what it sounded like to me. Like she was like, yeah, it started a timer for us. Weird. So be aware of that. Perhaps if you're trying to milk the clock, or maybe it's because I'm on Earn by Time and they're trying to be like, hey, is the order ready? And they may have clicked their order was ready. That's what I'm thinking. Is they clicked their order was ready, and I passed by, and then I had to turn around, so it detected I was in the area. So then it's like timing maybe the dasher. I don't know. Weird. But anyways, we decided to go ahead and take this, and my thought process on taking it is this is science right here. I'm suspicious of the intent of DoorDash. it's possible that this person may have recognized the distance and that Poppy's is far away. I mean, it makes no sense. Why in the hell would DoorDash even offer this to the customer? But anyways, I digress. They have. So my thought is, or is DoorDash, is this going to be maybe a $20 payout? Or does this turn into a disaster when I get here and I get paid my $7 base pay and I get a $3 tip and I get $10 and this was just DoorDash's attempt to claw back some of that mileage they gave me on that $45 order that paid out earlier, where I was paid at almost $4 a mile. So we'll see. We'll see. As I've said, I've noticed since I've been doing earn by time and literally working the algorithm seems to, much like a flip of a coin, it seems to revert to the mean. And when you're flipping a coin, as you know, it's 50-50. Sometimes you have 20 straight heads. But at some point, the algorithm sends you back towards 50%. And that's what happens here. Hey, sometimes you're at $4 a mile. But whatever it's programmed for, it's going to start taking you back towards that. Now, here we go. Grubhub is involved. Cents for 20.5 miles. Now, here's the rub on this one. The only reason why this would even be one I would consider at this given moment is actually what's happening here is where I'm going to deliver this order, and maybe somehow Grubhub read my screen and knows I'm heading there, and I didn't end up accepting it. Right near where I'm going to be dropping off. The only reason why I will get dinged for being late, and they might even take the order from me if I go to try to deliver this. And it's not exactly in the proximity. It's probably 5 minutes. Where I'm going to drop this order off will be probably 5 minutes away from the drop off. Now, when I get there to Charlestown, they may reoffer it to me, and it'll probably be at a lower amount. Because Grubhub will do that. They were giving me $10 now because of whatever craziness in their algorithm. Said, yeah, let's offer this driver 50 cents a mile. So, anyways, guys, hit that like button. We got 5 of you riding with me right now. I'm sorry I can't put you in the passenger seat, but right now it's too hot. It's 92 degrees out, but now the sun's coming down. It heats my phone up and destroys the stream. So you guys are having to, and I really don't want you to watch my dashboard, because that's pretty much what you would see for the most part if I tried to flip the phone lens around right now. This puts you nicely behind the air conditioning vent, and it blows cold air on you and keeps the phone cool, it keeps the stream cool, and et cetera, et cetera. But I'll tell you what, man, I'm not crazy about this order. I'm really not. I'm not crazy about that shop either. I don't know. Definitely didn't seem like a very, I don't know, something weird was happening. It was almost like she was like, you're causing me to have my timer turn on. And I'm like, lady, listen, I walk up to your window when I'm ready. If I walked up and you said, oh, wait 5 minutes, I don't think you're going to get deactivated on DoorDash. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Maybe they're doing that with merchants now. Maybe there's some sort of penalty to the merchant. No idea. Some nice country roads. I'll see if I can put you guys up for a little bit, because you guys will want to see this, trust me. There we go. Nice country roads out here. I don't know how long the stream will last, but get in here, enjoy the ride. We are on a ridiculous DoorDash order right now. I should probably have not done this order, but I feel like for science and for doing what I'm doing and for truly filling out the algorithm, and I need to do this to confirm, Perhaps DoorDash will surprise me. But I believe this order, we had a $45 out earlier, two Papa John pizza orders, going like only 11 miles. We got about $4 a mile. After that, we promptly got a double stack Chipotle, which I thought, okay, this is going to be the one. Nope, that was for 6 miles, 16 for 6. And then right after that, right at the doorstep of the customer, we get this order, which is 16 miles for $13.25 an hour. The switch, so 3 people in chat, so we might be up. Anyways, if you're just joining, we are on a long DoorDash order. We are testing it out to see if DoorDash is coming to take back what it gave us earlier. So if you've ever wondered, does DoorDash do that? We're answering that question right now. We're on a 16-mile earn by time order for a chicken and rib place with an order that definitely does not represent what should be a big tip. DoorDash, we would hope by power of AI algorithmic suggestion, has gone and gotten us a big tip. Or have they screwed us? How bad will the screw job be? We have 16 miles that we got to make up here. We literally were given this order at the doorstep of the last order. So it will be every mile. There is no dead miles. So we will see what DoorDash has in store. Will they pay us off big? I've seen it happen before. I've seen orders where that shouldn't be big tips. There's a $20 tip on there. And my instincts at those times would have been, I'm not taking it. My instinct at this time was, I'm not taking it. I would have declined it if I was on a different style of work. But this is what this is about. This is where DoorDash says, trust the algorithm. Trust us. We're going to make you money. We know better than you do. And in this case, they do, because they're hiding the tip. They hide the tip on every single earn by time order. So we don't know. It's what we don't know that gets us. All right, here we are. So we are 9 minutes still from this customer. We will be in a different market entirely. We were in my old market that I love. What was your message retract? Probably our little secret. What secret? What secret is it? Yup. What secret are we having? But no, I can't. It doesn't let me. Unfortunately. Let me see. No, it takes it away from you, yup. When you retract it. Oh, okay. We'll put it back in and then I'll look at it and you can take it out. You're going to have to put it back in. I wasn't looking down. Yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, when you retract it, it's not like a moderated comment where I take it out and I can click it and see. Oh, 725. All right, here we go. Where are we at? Oh, good night. This is not a great turn at all. I think I know where we're at. We're getting close. Yeah, if you want to drop it back in, I can take a look at it and then I'll tell you, I'll say I read it and then you can just take it right back out. Or hell, I'll delete it out. Well, are you still getting the glitch in those zones? Is it the tiers that are closing out the glitch? Because my understanding was they closed it completely across everywhere. So are you still able to glitch? Are you still glitching? Because I didn't think it was available anywhere. I mean, maybe it's this zone I'm in right now does not have the tier. So that would be interesting to see if it was. I mean, I obviously have a few points to give, but it would reset me. I'm at 74 right now, so I'd be pretty pissed. But or no, 72. Well, I'm going to tell you, it was a couple of weeks ago. Even Richard Glitcher was talking about it. It's done. They have patched it all over the company. I don't think you're going to be able to do it. But give it a try. Let me know. They rolled it out. It was like just out of nowhere, it stopped working. Yeah, if you haven't tried it in a couple of weeks, it would have been a couple of weeks ago when it all went down. But I mean, it really wasn't helpful to me besides keeping the rate up. But it went down right before I got the tier program, a couple of weeks, like a week or two before I got the tier program here. It went down. Yeah, let me know tomorrow if it still works. Because, have you not DoorDashed in a while? Yup. Have you just been focused primarily on Spark? Because I can tell you that, yeah, it was a few weeks back, and that's why. I mean, if you go look at Sin City's latest, he talks about it, and everybody, it's done for everybody. They finally patched it. They patched all of it. At one point they had patched it so that it wasn't going up anymore, and now they fully patched the whole thing. You go watch his live, he talks about it in there. So they've evened the playing field. That's why I said they've evened the playing field. They figured out how to do it. They're rolling tier out to everybody, and now it's like, all right, games are over. Now, perhaps, is there another glitch that will come up? Is there another way they will do it? And people are really upset about the fact that I guess it got patched because it's been around for years. Now it's gone. You probably didn't. You might not have, especially if you were doing times. I don't know how you were utilizing it, but if you were utilizing it as you get it up and then you drop it and you get it up, you probably didn't realize it if you weren't using it like all the time. I didn't even notice it right away, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, I don't think it's working. And I went out and I'm like, all right, I'm going to test it out, and I lost a few points testing it, and I'm like, oh man. And then I eventually was like, okay, and then I got it back up, brought it back up, which took me a little bit, because I thought, well, I don't want to go all the way down, and then, messing around with this, and then pretty much I was like, all right, I'm done with it. I'm not even gonna mess around with this. But try it out. I think you're gonna be saddened. And you don't want to, if you're at 77, you don't want to waste too much. You're gonna need that. It's a bit of an advantage, but it's not really a bit of an advantage, because if you haven't dashed, you're gonna have to get out there. I'm real sorry to hear that, because you're probably not even close to 100. So we have 739. McDonald's up here wanting me to go to the job court and deliver. We're not going to do that. So the good news is, when we're up here, Uber, Grubhub, this is actually a really good sector of my Grubhub area. So there's a possibility I might actually see some potential orders I could do on Grubhub or Uber Eats. They're much better up here than they are down in Martinsburg, which is very difficult to find doable orders. So we shall see. Now, this is a neighborhood I've delivered in quite a bit. It's one of the ones I deliver in quite a bit, but this is not a tiered zone. I do believe when I go in to check my stuff, unless maybe it's a newly tiered zone, I don't know, possibly. And if it is, I would love to get a taste of what's going on up here, because this is a great tipping market. So I would love for the tier program to come up here, because I think it could be very profitable, much more profitable than my home zone. But it's just, there is a bit of a commute, and that's why I haven't been coming up here as much. And then when they brought the diamond program up here, it kind of screwed it all up. They brought earn by time up here, and then it really screwed it up. But the earn by time up here is like still $13.25, so they're not making anything on me bringing this up here. All right, here we go. We're about to find out the payout, guys. Predictions in the chat. All right. How bad is DoorDash going to screw me? We're going to find out. Yeah, thank you, Captain Buckeye. 100,000 miles a year. That's right. All right, so 44 minutes on order, guys. $9.84 base pay and $5.50 tip. So, I mean, the customer itself, I don't know if they were aware how long. She came to the door, was I handed it to me. I thought, oh, she gonna send me some cash. Nah. But $15.34 total payout. It was offered at 16.7 miles. So yes, it was negative. Oh, thank you. Yup, I appreciate you. So it was offered with Yup Super Chat at $1 a mile. So yes, they did what I thought they were going to do, because of course I have a problem right now. Houston, we have a problem. I'm not in this market. So question is, what should I do now? Looks like Charlestown is red, if I can believe the map. Let's see what happens if I end my dash right now. About $132 for the day. So wow. I'll tell you what, man. I mean, now we know. I mean, it wasn't the horrendous screw job that I thought I was going to get, but boy, oh boy, I can tell you, if this would have shown up on earn by offer, it would have been pretty brutal, I think. But I don't think that's the point. I will, yup. I'll put it in as peak pay. I will do that. 984. I appreciate that. 984. So Uber's got something on Trip Radar. That's the McDonald's. That's not happening. That is correct. It is. So that's why I'm putting it in on this one. $2.99. There we go. I appreciate you. So that puts us at $1 a mile, because we drove 16 miles. I don't know the points because it's just going to give me even. So we drove 16 miles for $18.99 with the super chat. So I appreciate that, y'all. Thank you very much. I appreciate you looking out, getting it, making this an interactive experience. $8.3 miles for $7.41 from Uber. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. All right, so big decision-making time here. Finding orders headed back to zone. Okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean they're going to find me orders headed back to my zone? So should I just leave the DoorDash app on? I guess it would give me the option to switch if it was really busy. Huh. Telling me to head to an Aldi. That's where it's telling me it's hot at. Chick-fil-A, 12 miles away. 12 miles away, people. 12 miles away. All right. We're going to go ahead and end the dash for right now. Done. Yep, as I suspect. Oh, and everybody time is locked. Oh, fuck. In this zone. Y'all want to see some earn by order? In this zone? See how bad they abuse me? Will they send me to the mountain? Let's do at least one. Alright. This is my old market. I love this market. At least I loved this market. Let's put it that way. 95%. Let's go in and let's see. It's not tiered, I don't believe. It is not. It's the old screen. 95% acceptance, 99% completion. Let's see what they do with me now. Yeah, well, pretty much. I'll be on. Yup, that's phase one. I have pretty much, for all practical purposes, eliminated Spark from the portfolio. I mean, I keep it on, and basically what I will do, because I'm trying to keep that 100% acceptance rate, I'm literally, when I see a Spark, oh, there we go. Look at this shit. Fuck. This is terrible. 450, 5.2 miles for Chick-fil-A. Now, this is a Chick-fil-A I do not mind delivering for. So we're going to hit accept because we got to. Because that's what we're doing right now. So here it is. Oh, no. So there we go. All right. Well, you guys get to see some hellaciousness. This DoorDash is going to mistreat a driver right now. Probably should have just stayed on. Oh, wait a minute. It's letting me now do the scheduling before. Oh, that's weird. Okay, it didn't let me do that the one day. Now it is. So I take that back. I don't know. That's weird. Well, yes, it should. You're correct. And up here, let me tell you, I've got a lot of customers that I'm familiar with, that my account is familiar with. But the big concern with doing and accept every offer up here is this shares some of Virginia. Now, I have yet to ever do it because when I come up here, I decline. You know, not a lot. This has been a market that I've come up to before just to maintain an acceptance rate because it normally does pretty good. But 100%, never have I ever tried it up here because sometimes they will send you to the mountain. There's a mountain, and it is treacherous at times. I've driven it before. I've gone live on it just to show it off. It has some fantastic views, but it's very slim highways, unpaved. No, I will. I will do that. Yesterday, like I said, I did a full day of earn by offer. And yes, I got better miles to money for the day. Now, I only did 6 hours and some change yesterday versus 12 hours the day before. No, I guess it was, sorry, I think I did 7 hours and some change versus like 12 hours the day before. But, you know, we're sitting at 132 now. This puts me at 136.50 with this 450. I'm hoping they're going to sack me. The good news about this is, like, this is one of those deals where it's 450 for 5 miles, but it's really not going anywhere because it's just taking me to the middle of town. So I'm right in the heart still of where I can get orders. It's not like it's taking me out and leaving me somewhere where I've got to drive the 4 miles back. In theory, if DoorDash is truly busy, or Uber or somebody will be able to pick me up and say, okay, here we go, 730 for 7.2 miles. Uber is struggling up here, man. But I should be able to get an order with no problem. And as a result, really, it's not. Well, what I do now, again, I ran into that quagmire the other night, but I'd already just had issues that day, so I did turn it down, and I had to restart the whole process yesterday. But what I've been doing is when I'm done, I'm done. I turn the app off, or I attempt to create and trigger a complimentary cancel. If you go to a merchant and the order isn't ready in 10 minutes, in my market at least, you get a complimentary cancel that doesn't affect your completion. So if I had that situation occur and the merchant was right by my house, I would just simply go to the merchant and create a complimentary cancel situation for that one time. I don't think the algorithm is going to deactivate me on that instance. I think if you do it too much, they will. As with anything, DoorDash, you know, it's going to pick up outlying situations. It's going to have averages. It's going to know when you did this once, or you did this twice, or you did this 5 times, and it's going to know what the average should be, and then it's going to move accordingly on you. So I'm just curious to see where we're at right now with 95% acceptance rate. Are we going to, am I going to see, I mean, this is a great market to tips well, but it's also 2:50 in the afternoon. So all the tippers are still over there, like in DC, and they're down in Northern Virginia. They haven't come back home yet. So right now I'm going to be getting either the kids that are on summer break using mom and dad's account, which is probably what I have right now, or I'm going to be getting the little bit of local businesses that normally it's the lawyer offices, doctor's offices, merchants, and the tipping is still pretty decent, but I'll tell you, this market, in my opinion, suffered, at least from what I was seeing, once earned by time got here. I don't feel like the volume in the market is big enough. And if they're segregating the orders out, well, we're seeing. Oh, look, looks like there's going to be Inferno Brewery. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that. I think that's going to be a new spot up here. There's also a casino over there. Well, you just go into your cancel screen. You don't have to trigger it. There's no craziness or anything against the rules. You just, when you go into the cancel screen where you would normally go through the cancel, you hit the little help button. It'll pull up and it'll say, you know, pick your reason for cancel, and you pick your reason, order too long, and it'll either say, if you cancel, it'll affect your completion rate, or it'll say it will not affect your completion rate, and then it will say, if you click on it, are you sure you want to cancel? You won't get paid for it, but it's a worry-free cancel, and then you click OK, and then it cancels it out worry-free. So that's another reason why I've been able to maintain 100% completion rate with no problem whatsoever, because, and it's also easier to accept orders. I don't know why I'm grabbing this one. It's easier to accept orders because I know, like, literally long waits are no longer as big of a concern. I mean, it's a little drag on my earnings to a degree, I guess, but if you're having to sit there for that worry-free cancel because you have to wait out the 10 minutes and then you're not getting paid anything, but DoorDash doesn't normally hold that against you. I've got good orders right after I used a worry-free cancel, and I use them legitimately. But there is times I've used them where I needed to protect my acceptance rate, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just trigger a worry-free cancel, or I call it triggering, but it's more or less just wait for the worry-free cancel to be available, and then you just do it. It's not a glitch. It's anybody can do it. But again, as with anything, I caution you against getting crazy on it, because if you do, you're going to probably get deactivated if you do it too much. So only use it sparingly, only use it when you need it. Use it legitimately when there's legit waits. It's a great way to legitimately deal with a long wait. Well, on stacks, it will pop up. I've never had it pop up on a non-stack, but it will pop up on stacks and say, you can cancel this order because you've been waiting for such and such. But normally what happens is once it's over 10 minutes, like at 11 minutes, I go in and it's always available. I'll be right back. Oh, good. Okay, good. I saw that. Yup. Glad you do. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant. It's all legal. It's a good way to maintain that completion rate. Smart little way to do it. All right, let's see here. What do we got going on here? I know where this is. This is delivered to this address, I believe. What the hell? Why is it? Let's turn on the air here. That's exactly right. Yup, you got to hit that arrive button, but be cautious on that. Making sure that if you do hit the arrive button, you got to get close enough to the restaurant in order to trigger the option. So you don't want to be like hitting the button and then you're like, well, I'll just do a drive-by, and then go over to my next. This could be on like a stack. Let's say you decide, all right, I'm going to drive over to restaurant A and arrive. If you don't get close enough, it won't trigger the ability to have that pop up. So just be aware. You got to pull up, make sure you see it, make sure it's there if you're trying to plan to use this. Otherwise, you can get trapped away from the restaurant. Is it better? Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I figured it would be, and then since it's keeping us right now in town, it's going to get rocky if they decide to try to send us. Oh, look, there's a Jiffy Lube over there. All right, I got to keep that in mind. Come up here and get an oil change and work this market. So yeah, it's going to be better. But yeah, I think it's just a matter of, just these are the little things you can do that I think you just got to work smarter. And like I said, I think DoorDash with this tier market or this tier program, I don't think it's completely designed to screw over the driver as everybody thinks it is. Oh yeah, and I wanted to address a comment earlier. Where was it? Captain Buckeye. He said 100,000 miles a year. Right. Yeah. Well, I would assume Captain Buckeye, if you're still there listening, I don't know if you are. You're probably not. But my assumption from that comment is you must have driven at 100% for one whole year, right? To realize that you're going to drive 100,000 miles. What mock location? Oh, I don't even know anything about all that. I know you explained that to me one night, that you can go in and I think it's on an Android, change your location or whatever. I'm not going to do anything like that because I think it would get deactivated. Of course, Spark is sending you orders left and right because I'm still registered in the Martinsburg market, so I got a whole screen full of orders. Are they any good? Nope. But I definitely would not recommend it, because I know that's something that they're still going after and detecting. I don't know. And that is something I think people have gotten deactivated for, is misusing their direction, their directional placement. Whereas I don't think anybody ever got deactivated for using what was known as the glitch. I know Glitch Dash did, but I don't think it was for the glitch itself. It was more for other things going on during the streams he was doing. And the fact that a lot of people reported it for all that stuff. But the real question, well, yeah, but then the question is, though, is then, okay, aren't you going to get dinged for being late? Or I guess what, you would just hit arrive and that would protect you from the late? Because, if I'm 15 minutes away and it thinks I'm 2 minutes away, and I understand I'll be driving towards it, but if they give me the order too soon, then I'm going to be running the risk of a contract violation. That's probably why they're sometimes so hot to do these contract violations on you. At times, if they get a win, if they get, think you're messing around, but I guess you could say you were there at the restaurant if you're using a mock location. I don't know. just seems too risky. To me, I think it's easier to get caught doing something like that because they're going to detect the irregularities, I think, in the end. But I don't know. And I don't really know how much of an advantage it really does. Because I found, like, my pizza order today, I wasn't anywhere near Papa John's. I was at the customer's house when I got that one. So I don't even know that mock location really is the bang for the buck with the risks associated with it. But perhaps. But I think DoorDash's goal is to try to eliminate the shortcuts and the back doors, and I think they're coming to crack down on that. I mean, I don't know if they're going to deactivate drivers. I think they're just going to work to close them. Stuff like that, though, I think they would feel like pretty confident that they would have grounds to deactivate you, and that's why I would be a little bit shy about doing it. Well, I know that would be something that would be good in certain situations, especially like it would help with multi-apping. That's where I could see it really coming into play, because you could literally say, hey, I'm at this restaurant, if you were using multiple phones and that's your DoorDash phone, and you could literally say, hey, I'm at the restaurant when you're still dropping off at the customer. But, you know, I think it can still obviously get picked up on, because eventually they're going to pick up on the fact that you keep saying your places and the restaurants are reporting you're not there, and your phone's saying you are there, and I don't know. I feel like it would eventually catch up to you, but who knows? All right, here we go. Drop off time. There's no suspense here. If this was on Earn by Time, it'd probably be positive miles to money on this. Come on, squirrels. Down the way. I don't want to hurt you. The only question I have at this point is, what will the next order be? Will it be decent? Will it be another piece of crap? Oh, there it is. And I recognize I've delivered it before. I've delivered a Spark order to this house before.
The customer requested you leave the order at their door.
I recognize the phone.
They added the following instruction.
I'll be right back. All right, guys. So, no immediate order. $2 base pay, $2.50. Oh, and here we go. Yay. Oh, my. Well, could certainly be worse. See this? This is why the word free cancel. This is why I'm not afraid of this order anymore, guys. $6 1 mile. This KFC is renowned for its weight. That's okay, because I'm going to get here, and if they got me waiting longer than I want to, I'm in the heart of the area, I'll go ahead and use the word cancel. And I hope my 95% acceptance rate will help to attract more orders for me. Well, there's no question about that. Yes, DoorDash wants you to be all over the place now. Because I mean, I don't. I think it's a terrible. What I've had more worse results now sitting in at a restaurant. Park up at a nice restaurant or one I get orders from that I know plays out well, and I'll get nothing. And then you start driving around or you're taking order. I think that I really truly do believe they program things in there where they want you to get started and get driving around. And then they'll be like, all right, now we'll bless you with an order. They definitely do not want you just posting up and sitting. Or at least they try to deter that. So I think they've truly programmed the algo to say, you know what? No, you're not going to get credit for that. All right, so here we go. Let's take the moment to update some stuff here. We're in a nice shaded spot. So I guess you could say the 100% listen, it's going to get better. Yep, I promise you. You're going to be inspired to do it too. Trust me. You have the power in your hands to track this out and figure out what's going to work best in your market. All right, so let's go inside and see if this is ready. I'll be back. Correct, that's exactly right. The logical dasher, right? Logical, rational, it all makes sense. All right. So, well, now, trust, I haven't seen the trunk though. I take the time to pack the food because, trust me, when I get to the customer's house, it's ready to go. Well, you'd have to understand it, but it really helps when you get to the customer's house, like boom, boom, boom. But anyways, good news, guys. We got a add-on. So we got an add-on of $6 plus, going only one more mile. So we are now on a $12 plus order going 3 miles. So DoorDash made up that $5 or $4 for 5 miles to us. With now we're sitting at what, $17.50 for 8 miles in total, if you look at it all in a batch. So now we are going to our first order. The original order that we were on is going to get delivered first. Lord. Turn you guys up a little bit. I guess it got hot in here and they decided to turn down the screen to avoid maybe. Maybe. But remember, I have the relaxed driving laws in West Virginia, so I make it up with the ability to turn around wherever I want, drive pretty much as fast as I want, you know. Now, yup. I don't know. Do you? I'm also protecting the car, protecting the beverages, making sure it's all boom. It's a well-honed system that has kept my customers happy and I want to make sure if it's a good customer that's tipping well, that they want the service again. They want the white glove, red carpet service for their food. Oh, I bet you don't have the bags I got. I bet you don't. Did you get your bags from Grubhub? Not many people have the bags I have. I can assure you, you've seen nothing like the bags I have. They're good too. They're really good bags, and they're game changer. I'll have to do a video just showing off my bags. Then you can tell me if you have what I got. You have a 4.99, 9999. Okay, maybe you do have maybe you have one of the bags. Do you have the Grubhub cooler? I have a 4.90 right now. So I'm glad that you've got good ratings. You must be. That Grubhub bag is nice. Does your Grubhub bag, is it the catering bag that's got the divider in it where you can put the divider up and everything? That's the one I have. I have a couple. I have like 2 of those. But one of the reasons why on this order I had a little extra time in the trunk was because they put all the drinks for all of the orders in one tray. So I was having to reallocate them in my bag in the drink holder to make sure I had it divided up right. So I made sure I remembered exactly what drinks went with what. All right, first drop off is here. Easy 12, or easy 6, and then we'll be going right down the street, drop off the 6 plus, which I have a feeling is probably 625 or it's 650. They literally, in my opinion, no, it's the orange bag. It's the orange bag. My Grubhub bags are orange. I used to have the big red pizza bag and then the smaller pizza bag. They sent them to me free when I got like, I don't know, so many deliveries with Grubhub, and they were like, congratulations, recognition. DoorDash has never done anything like that ever. And then hell, Uber Eats just sent me a really nice pizza bag and paid me $10 to accept it. So that was really cool. Paid me $10 to accept it, didn't make me time, and then sent it to me free shipping, free everything. I said, you can't beat that, dude. I'll be back, guys.
The customer requested you leave the order at the